Welcome back in. We're going to wrap it up in the Pirate Fan Zone on a Wednesday night, which we are going to do all fall because we shuffled the deck a little bit. I'm going to run through that one more time. Monday nights are Estacado, Memorial, and Liberty, 6 to 7:30 p.m. Tuesday nights are Monterey and Coronado, 6 to 7 p.m. Wednesday nights will be Lubbock High, Friendship, and we will finish up with the Lubbock Cooper Pirates every Wednesday, 7 to 7:30 p.m. That's why if you are watching on TV, you see defensive coordinator Taylor Reed to my far left. Here we go. And defensive tackle Sione Vaea. I get it?
Vaea.
Vaea. Dang, that was so close. I got the first name right?
Yes, sir.
I've worked on that. I don't have to say your name very often. I usually just type it. And I've got that part down. So, Vaea.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm going to keep working on it then. Thanks for coming in, guys. Have a little
Thanks
bit
for
of
having us.
Sure, thank you.
I teased Chip because I did see Chip today. I had to shuffle my schedule a little bit. And I asked him is he tired of talking to me? We're only 3 weeks into the season. He can't be that tired. Then it hit me. He wanted to send you in, Taylor, because he didn't want to have to talk about Tascosa's triple option. He wanted to put you on the spot and get you to talk about how you're going to get these guys ready. Now, this guy I know is ready because he was huge against them last year. So we'll talk about that in a minute. I want to talk about last week, because you guys got into the win column. You got a 49-14 win against Cornado that had a little bit of everything. Had defense playing well, offense doing things, special teams with 2 touchdowns and a safety.
Yes, sir.
Safety came on defense or on?
No, it's a high snap on their punt team.
Here we go. And one of your new linebackers had a pick 6.
Yes, sir.
So there was a little bit of everything last week. Sione, how getting the win was important. But the fact that you mixed all of that together and it wasn't just a ho-hum win, what did that do for you guys confidence-wise?
I think it really boosted our confidence coming off of a loss against Lovejoy. I think our week was really good practice-wise, and we came out and showed what we had to. So,
tell me about Broderick Everett picking that off and getting to the end zone, because Coach Darden told me it was a pretty good reaction from his teammates.
Yes, sir. We were all pretty hyped for him. Really, we all didn't expect it, but he got it, and we all just hyped up with him. So,
all right, I better ask: Have you gotten to the end zone yet in your high school career?
No, sir. Sophomore year against Abilene High, I caught a punt. Didn't return it, but
wait a minute, you caught a punt?
Yes, sir.
Like a short punt, or were you back deep?
No, sir. It was a short punt.
Okay.
We blocked it, right? Partially deflected the ball, and he fielded it and took off. Got a few yards out of it.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Because Cole Stanzione, if you're listening, I apologize, but I mentioned that to Everett today, that he already had one up on Cole, because Cole never quite got to the end zone, did he?
No, sir.
He returned one last year against Wichita Falls Memorial, and it got called back on a penalty.
Right.
We won't name who the penalty was on, but yeah, Cole had that one in the bag. That penalty overturned it.
And against Canutillo, didn't he get close to the end zone?
I don't think he had a pick against Canutillo.
I'm trying to remember.
That's the first defensive touchdown we've had since, the first year I was here. So, yeah, it's been 3 years since we've had a defensive score.
I'm going to guess when there was a kid named McKenzie and a kid named
Callan Ritz had the last one that I remember.
Makes some sense. If you put the ball in that dude's hands, he's going to do something with it.
Yes,
but
sir.
Why with Everett? Why, again, the response is what gets me fired up. Is Coach said that you guys kind of mobbed him in the end zone. You said you didn't know if he could. Was it just because he hasn't been on varsity that long, or was it just because he's a linebacker?
Nah, we were just all giving him crap about it, but it was a good play. He guarded it pretty well. Play. So yes, sir, it was a scoring play, but yeah, I think all really didn't expect it, so it was all just funny and all good times right there. So
Taylor, he couldn't remember which receivers. He said there were 2 receivers near him. Do you remember looking at video who it was? Because if it was, obviously Coronado's got one dude.
It was not Campbell. It was 13 and 9, the slot.
So some underneath guys.
Yes, they had moved the pocket, and Broderick did a good job of playing the sprint out and controlling and closing that window towards the sideline, and the pressure is what created the pick. I mean, the quarterback had to get rid of it a little sooner than he intended to, and Broderick was right there to make the play, and it was a momentum-changing play.
especially because I mentioned Campbell Stanigan, and Cornado's other guys have their abilities too. But Campbell, you guys saw great players the first week, don't get me wrong. You're not going to see a ton of receivers a whole lot better than Campbell Stanek the rest of the season, because that dude is a Division I guy.
Great route runner, and we knew that. We talked to our kids all week about the pressure up front's got to be big time, because I didn't know how long we could hold up in coverage against that young man. He's a great football player.
Now, have you ever been a special teams coach?
I absolutely was the special teams coach when Cub was our kicker. And once Cub graduated, I was able to become the defensive coordinator.
Said, Brennan, take this over.
Yes.
I need to actually give him a little bit of credit. Chip said he doesn't think, since he's been at Lubbock Cooper, that you guys have had 2 returns for a touchdown in the same game.
And that's 17 years for Coach Darden. Yep. So, yeah, it's been a long time.
I may have to check with Max. He's been there a few more years. And what's cool to me, I'll ask Sione, there were not flukes. It was 2 different guys taking the ball back to the house.
Yes, sir.
Do you play special teams?
I'm on punt return, just blocking.
There we go. Because they want you, in case the ball's short, they want you to take it to the house.
Yes, sir.
When you're on the sideline watching your kickoff return team, and you see not just 1 but 2 touchdowns, how much does that just light a fire in you guys' belly?
Man, we were all excited. Run down the sideline, just all supporting our teammates, getting really hyped for them, and just really game-changing return. So,
and they kicked the ball away from Cade, which is smart coaching. And because I asked him about it, and I asked him why he didn't get one too. I said, well, they wouldn't kick the ball to me. He thought I was serious, I think. I wasn't being serious. Former special teams coach, how special is that to see a group? Because, and I want to make sure I mention this, the return guys get the glory, and they deserve it. There's got to be a lot going on in front of them.
Yes, sir. You just hit the nail on the head. The kick return that Josiah Davis had, if you went and watched that play on tape, those other 10 guys are blocking their tails off, and it's a thing of beauty to watch that return happen. The one that Noah got was a safety, so the ball was backed up to the 20-yard line, and they free kicked with a punt, and he didn't get the punt quite high enough. It was in Noah's hands quick, and the return got on him quick. And, with field position like we already had, it was good to see Noah go ahead and get in the end zone so quickly.
That's 2 quick jolts that are going to help any team win a game, and the Pirates did that 49-14 against Cornado. We'll talk more about that and more about Tascosa when we come back after the break in the Pirate Fan Zone on 100.7 The Score.
Bringing you the latest news from Lubbock Cooper Athletics. This is the Pirate Fan Zone podcast from 100.7 The Score.
Welcome back into the high school fan zone. We're in the Pirate Fan Zone talking Lubbock Cooper. We talked a lot about their game against Cornado. We're going to turn the page now and talk about this week against Tascosa. And I was only half joking that Chip Darden dodged me because he didn't want to talk about Tascosa's defense. But if you're going to have somebody fill in for you, you may as well be the defensive coordinator that's got to figure out how to kind of defend that, because it's a very unique, I don't know if they call it triple option or what they call theirs, but it's something you guys don't see very often. And Tascosa, I've seen Midland High run a version of it. I've seen Permian run a version of it. In 7 years on my website, I've not seen somebody run it more effectively than Tascosa, except for against you guys last year when this young man right here helped kind of clog it up. But they're going to know he's back. So their coach has been around a little while. He's going to make some adjustments. What do your guys have to do against that defense or that offense?
Well, like you said, Coach Plunk, he's a great football coach, and there's nothing we can put on the field that's going to surprise him versus that offense. The bottom line is when we're playing a triple option team like we're about to see, it's all about being disciplined and how long we can stay disciplined, because I talked to the kids all week, and we saw this same offense versus Midland High. They're in a shotgun with it, but Tascosa's under center, but it's the same principles. And it's a matter of how long they can play discipline, right? Because we know these guys are going to go out there and play hard, but they have a specific job to do on every play, and the moment they don't do that job is when Tascosa runs 75 yards. So it's assignment football, and these guys, for 3 years now since I've been here, have proven to be really good at it, and I don't expect anything less Friday night.
So, Sione, I'm an old man. When I was in high school, that's what you saw a lot, was some version of it, or the new term of it, I guess, is flex bone, which
They just took the wishbone and flexed them out.
Start to pull it out.
Nothing fancy.
Although I did hear Mike Leach say once that Barry Switzer said that his offense was just the wishbone flipped around, just going that direction instead of back here. So this goes back to when I had to learn. I was like a cornerback outside or defensive end outside cornerback. You just have to, the same thing over and over again. You can't get bored. You have to stay patient. How hard is that as a high school guy to think that way? I know they're going to keep doing this. I just have to keep doing my job.
To be honest, it's not really as hard anymore. If you would have asked me sophomore year, I would have said it was really hard. Just doing my job and doing what's best for the team and staying disciplined, just like Coach Reed said. I think that'll help a lot. But all the other guys on the team should be able to do their job, and I think it'll be a good game on both sides.
How many new defensive starters this
For us?
season? Yeah.
6.
So that's got to be a challenge because now they may have seen it at a JV level. I don't know that the JV flex bone or triple option is quite the same as what you're going to see at the varsity level. What's your mantra been to them, the guys who are seeing this maybe for the first time?
Well, I go back to the scrimmage, and luckily when we played Midland High, all these guys that are new varsity starters or contributors, they got to see the offense in person. So that scrimmage is so valuable for us coming into this week of preparation against Tascosa. But you got to adjust to the speed of the game and the speed of the offense quickly because it's going to be faster than anything you've seen, especially when it's a game and not a scrimmage. And you talked about the players getting bored, and the ones we talked to most about that are our corners.
Yep.
Because they're going to get 9 run fits out of 10 plays, and then that 10th play that receiver's going to try to run by them.
Yep.
So they're the ones that can't go to sleep. I mean, the other 9 guys they're run fitting every play. But those corners, they got to be locked in and focused on what they're supposed to be doing. So we love the challenge, and we look forward to it.
Now, we're talking about their offense. I'm looking at their results so far this season. They've given up 3 points total.
And have not surrendered a touchdown.
No, they beat Paladuro, who's a team that you guys are familiar with in your district. They beat them 10-0, competitive game, and then wasn't so competitive against Wichita Falls Legacy. So even though you're the defensive coordinator, you know football, your offense has to be ready to – they have to stay patient because they're going to be over there watching that offense a lot. What are the offensive keys for you guys?
Well, I've watched some of their defense, and those guys are flying around. And, you know, we talked about Coach Plunk being a great football coach, and he's had the same guys on his staff for a long time. So that defense has been in place a long time. And those kids are comfortable in the system, and they're flying around this year. So the offense, they just got to go execute and try to make some plays here and there for us.
We'll talk about the guys who may have to do that for the Pirates when we come back after this break in the Pirate Fan Zone on 100.7 The Score.
Bringing you the latest news from Lubbock Cooper Athletics. This is the Pirate Fan Zone podcast from 100.7 The Score.
Welcome back to the Pirate Fan Zone. We've got one more segment here. We're going to talk, strange as it may sound, we're going to talk about Lubbock Cooper's offense against Tascosa because Rebels don't give up a lot of points. But your guys offensively, even in that first game, you showed something. You're a defensive coordinator. Do you know when there's a third-year starting quarterback on the other side? And you can, if not, you can tell pretty quick.
Definitely do. Just the way he's moving in the pocket this year, he looks way more comfortable. I think our offensive line, we were talking about this earlier actually, they're as physical of a unit as I think we'll see all year, and we get great looks from our offensive line every day in practice. So that's been very beneficial for these guys on defense. But, yeah, having Ryan as a third-year starter, it's huge for us. I mean, we play as Ryan plays, honestly, on both sides of the ball. He's the guy, and he's embraced that role this year, and we're proud of Ryan. And then the guys at the skill positions, I've been proud of those guys. You know, you lose a guy like we did last year that's now at Texas Tech. Mm-hmm. Somebody's got to step up, and I think more than one of them has, and it's been fun to watch those guys step. I get to watch a lot of offense because I'm not a huge talker during the games on our defensive benches. I'll go say a couple things, and I'm going to go watch the offense. And it's been fun to watch those new guys fill those roles.
I was happy for Cade that he got to catch one downfield instead of getting a defensive pass interference. I think that probably was wearing him out a little bit to run a great route and get open and get tackled before the ball got there.
Yeah, it's been fun to watch Cade flourish this year. He had a great track season, and it's really showing right now in football.
You guys have, we talked about this off the air, whatever, Lubbock, Cooper, and Liberty, you guys feed your big guys well out there because both offensive lines have some beef.
Yes. Like I said, our offensive line, they are very physical, and they get after us on Wednesday mornings when we start practice with quick start. It's only 3 plays, but those 3 plays, I mean, you could hear them from the baseball field. It's violent, and we get great looks from them. So it's good stuff.
So, Sione, one of my proudest accomplishments since I've had my website is that I can get Ryan Rodriguez to talk and even smile occasionally. Do you have that magic touch with him too?
To be honest, it's only in classes or in the locker room during practice. I would try to talk crap to him, I guess, and he'll never just go for it. He's always just a humble, disciplined type of guy. So.
I mean, we can all probably agree, the three of us sitting up here, the quarterbacks most of the time are kind of a different breed.
Stoic.
Well, he is the most stoic quarterback I think I've ever been around at this level. Most times quarterbacks are a little, pretty boy, kind of out there.
I'll tell you this, I coached him as a linebacker as a freshman.
Yes, I was going to ask about that.
And I can remember every game I'd have to grab the back of his jersey and pull him off the field when defense started because he's running out there to go play defense. We're like, no, man, you're the starting quarterback. We're going to let these other guys go. And he was just dying to get out there and play some linebacker.
I did a podcast with him and Colton Bouchard before the season because those were the 2 3-year quarterbacks coming back, and it was fun to listen to them talk about what they would be if they weren't a quarterback, because I guess Colton was with you guys and was a receiver.
Yes, sir.
And, I didn't even get the question out, and Ryan said linebacker. And
he loved it.
And he's going to get tired of me telling this story, but I'm an old dude. You have to bear with me, Ryan. I think you may have been one of the first guys out on the field last year at the playoff game when he ran over the guy down at Canutillo.
Oh, man.
Because he looks like linebacker turned quarterback.
Yes, sir, he did.
That's his personality between the lines. How much has that been a difference for you guys this year with a lot of holes to fill?
It's a lot. Ryan stepping up and being able to run out with his feet and run people over, it really boosts the defensive confidence. But I think it's a big deal to us. So
I don't know if he has to run anybody over more because he's a lot faster than he has been.
Right.
He shocked me that night against Lovejoy. He got loose on that scramble, and there was nobody within 10 yards of him. And then, maybe even more impressively, is when he was on the option play and running back lost the ball, and there he is in the end zone hopping on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
So he's fast, he's experienced, and he's got it up here above the shoulders. So Chip may take credit for coaching quarterbacks this year, right?
I don't know. Coach Schulte might have something to say about that.
I missed the mark on one. I was trying to give Matt Darden credit for some of the tight ends, and then I found out he's
wrong. Matt now. Yes, sir.
Yeah, so,
well, I'll take the credit for the toughness of Ryan because he was a linebacker for me. They can have all the rest of it.
You helped get that instilled in him, so you have him and Cub. You can,
absolutely.
Really, after this
and this young man.
If you got those 3, you can just hang it up after this year if you want to call it a career. So I hope he doesn't because he's a good dude. So Sione, and they're going to be in action Friday night at home against Tascosa, 7 p.m. Friday at Pirate Stadium. That'll be right here on 100.7 The Score. That wraps us up for tonight and this week in the High School Fan Zone. We'll be back next Monday.